Yeah, what an emotional day. Celebration of life for St. Peter, Peter Seidler, the late owner of the San Diego Padres. Tremendous turnout, virtually the entire organization. Some fans were there. It was obviously impacted by the rainy weather over the weekend. I'll tell you what, as I paid attention to it, all I could think of is Peter Seidler used to walk around with a baseball in his hand, and he'd flip that baseball. He'd be
Yeah.
talking, he'd flip it.
Yeah.
He just loved the game. I could see him in heaven flipping that baseball, watching the proceedings down at Petco Park. Most unique man I ever dealt with in terms of a man who had wealth. You know, I'd get emails from him at 3 o'clock in the morning. He and I would exchange ideas, and he read my columns and my website all the
Right
time,
on.
and he'd respond at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was downtown. I'd run into him at CVS. He was in there buying soap or something. I mean, he's just like an average guy. He
Yeah,
wasn't the wealthiest man in baseball. Phenomenal speech by AJ Preller. We have to win for that man. Manny Machado called him the most unique human being he had ever met. Joe Musgrove was so choked up, he called him a hometown hero, even though he was from LA. So it was really a classy ceremony. Loved the logo. His family, his kids developed. The logo is now plastered across the front of Petco Park and along the press box. And of course, they will wear that heart for Peter Seidler right above their heart on the Padre jerseys. Your response?
Yeah. I mean, we kind of went through a lot of this when he passed away last year. Good on the Padres for having this event, but yeah, he's only been a San Diego icon for a very short time, but what a special guy. And I just like the whole idea of him walking around with a baseball in hand. He understood how baseball is romantic, and he understood the history of the game, and he got it, and he just, what a lovely man. So you see Manny Machado up there and heartfelt comments, talking about he's going to be there for Peter's kids. And it's just a really warm moment. And, in the beginning, when he showed up on the scene, he's the other rich guy. But then we learned so much more about him, that he's just very special. So now the Padres, you would think, would have all this sort of emotional energy building in a positive way to go win one for Peter.
The wealth, the depth of the wealth of the man was only surpassed by the depth of the wealth of the person. All the things are important to him.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball, downtown San Diego, the homeless, women's shelters. He was just one of the really deep people who cared about all these different things. Phenomenal guy.
Well, did you see the part of the event where Eric Kutsenza spoke?
Mm-hmm.
And those two are good friends going back to their, teen years. They were roommates in their 20s. And to see him get emotionally choked up about this, it was a special moment for me, because when you have a new CEO or chairman of the board that comes in, you don't know what to expect with new leadership. This at least made me feel comfortable as a fan that the money might not be the same, but the goal, the aspirations, the vision and love of Peter Seidler is going to continue with new leadership.
Yeah, the last memorial service celebration of life I attended at Petco was for Kevin Towers, the general manager, who was really cut from a different cloth. And all these baseball scouts from everywhere showed up to honor Kevin after KT had passed away from a long bout with cancer at such a young age. So very, very emotional thing. Remembering, great guy.
Oh, for sure.
Let's go